Good morning.
Is it?
Oh, Nancy, shall I go out and come in again?
No, I'm sorry, Sarah. It's Rachel. She's finished the cornflakes and taken the milk. I bet there's none left by the time she's finished with them. It's like living with a plague of locusts.
I expect she didn't realise. If you want cornflakes, we've got plenty next door.
No, look, we'll manage.
I expect she'll stock up on some groceries today if you ask her.
Yeah, and pigs might fly.
Oh, come on, give her the benefit of the doubt.
Morning, Sarah. Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, by the way, did you know you're out of cornflakes?
Oh, it's you.
Hi, Kathy.
What's going on?
Did Kim mention to you about a pony trekking centre?
Yeah, this morning. I think it's a great idea. There's going to be loads of people who want to go riding in the Dales.
Yeah. What do you think?
Sorry, John. Not with you.
About using this place to stable the ponies? All right, it needs tidying up, but I think you'll do fine.
Yeah, it might be a bit small once the place starts doing business, though.
I'm ahead of you. Knock through that wall there, put on an extension for all the stalls, feed store, tack room, all the space we need.
Great. Purpose-built.
Like I said, it needs tidying up, and a list drawing of everything we need to buy in. Do you fancy making a start?
Sure. What, this morning?
No time like the present.
OK, you're on.
If we rent another 30 acres from Frank Tate for the organic flock, I think we should increase the yield by 15%. He's got the land. All we've got to do is talk to him. Jack?
What?
I said... Oh, never mind. What's the matter? It's Henry's will, isn't it?
I was also thinking about Marion. What if she does come back and wants to have a say in how Emmerdale's run?
Well, I hope she doesn't. She brings nothing but trouble, that lass.
Well, she doesn't own the farm. She's only another shareholder like Joe or Matt.
Yeah, none of them are here doing anything. It's ridiculous. I mean, there are more shareholders living away than there are on the farm.
You've got enough to do running the farm without bothering about shareholders.
Annie's right. You should put it out of your mind.
Didn't you ever wonder why Henry left his share in the place to Marion?
She's his daughter.
No, Henry made his will at a time when he thought that me and Marion might be, well, getting together.
You mean she'd inherit his share in the farm and put it with yours if you were married?
Something like that, yes. I mean, he told me about it at the time, but I just assumed he'd have changed his will.
But Marion's not here. So why the long face?
Well, because of you. Doesn't it bother you, all this talk about Marion? It's like a ghost coming back from my past.
Jack, the past is the past as far as I'm concerned. It's over and done with. You're with me now. All that counts is what we have together, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Hiya, Frank.
Aye. Spring come early, has it?
Oh, this lot needs more than a spring clean. Most of it hasn't seen daylight for years, let alone being cleaned and sorted.
So why start now? The way Kim was talking yesterday, I'm surprised you got time to do any extra work. All those ponies to look after.
Well, not really, but it's got to be done. This place is going to be cleared if we're going to have the builders in.
The builders?
Yeah, by the time they put the new tack room on the end there and knock through that wall, there'll be twice the room.
You mean build an extension onto that wall?
Yeah, we can move the ponies in as soon as we've whitewashed the place, and the trekking centre should be ready to go the same time as the holiday park.
Oh, really?
But so Joe seems to think. He was talking about getting some of the men from the holiday park to do it.
That's very interesting.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Two jobs in one. Sorry, Frank, if you stay there, you're going to get covered in it. Hi. Have you got the same job as me, shopping?
Yeah, not my favourite occupation, but it goes with the job.
The job?
Being mistress of the Emmerdale kitchen.
Oh, I see. For a moment I thought you meant you'd got another job.
Oh, no, the farm's quite enough, thanks very much. Besides, finding a job in Beckendale would make front-page news. They're like hen's teeth.
I know. Even so, I think I'd better start looking again now I've decided to stay.
To stay? Well, congratulations. I mean, what do you say?
I know what you mean. Congratulations will do. It certainly feels good to have made the decision.
So what made you change your mind?
Oh, I don't know. It's just that when I thought about it, I realised what a lot Beckendale had to offer.
Oh, you mean quality of life?
Something like that, yeah. And the people. Like you and Jack. When he was in the Woolpack the other night, we were having a really good time. Well, you don't get that same atmosphere in a city. You feel closer to people here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I think so. Well, it's good news you're staying, but I better get on, otherwise I won't be back before lunch. See you again soon.
Yeah. Look, if you ever get fed up with your chores at Emmerdale, come over. I don't get many visitors. Bring Jack.
Yeah.
Just what the hell's going on with that old shed?
The shed?
At the least, I expect to be consulted about major changes to my house and grounds.
I'm sorry, Frank, I don't know what you mean.
I've just been speaking to Kathy. Not only is she cleaning out the old shed block, but apparently there are builders coming to turn it into a pony trekking centre.
There are?
Well, so she says. Don't you know anything about it?
Well, yes. I mean, no.
Well, which one is it, love?
Hey, there's no need to shout at me. Just calm down, will you?
Calm. People are talking about setting up a whole new business in my own backyard.
But nothing's been started.
Well, Kathy seems to think it has. She's hard at work setting it up.
I don't understand. You're talking about the pony trekking idea, right?
Yes. The one that's being set up in the old shed.
Well, not by me, it isn't. I had an idea for a trekking business with the ponies, and I spoke to Joe about it yesterday. He thought it was a good idea, so I asked him to look into it. But that's all. I wanted to talk to you about it today.
So what's Kathy doing?
I don't know. Frank, where are you going?
To find out just who is running Home Farm.
Cheers. If I took this job with you, I might be able to stand my own round, eh?
Well, don't just take the job because you need the beer money. Is it what you really want?
Do any of us ever get what we really want? It's a job, innit? It's got prospects. And I know I can work with Joe. Frank Tate might be a big boss, but I think I can cope with that.
Go for it then.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Another one, Eric?
No, thank you, my dear. Got to get back. Some of us have responsibilities.
Will we see you in tonight?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Bye.
Bye.
And guess why he's so happy?
Can you see?
What's going on here?
Nothing, Mr. Turner.
Seth, come away from that window.
What is he doing?
We were just talking about double glazing, Mr. Turner.
Seth!
He's gone any road.
Who's gone?
Eric Pollard. He drove off in Go Across Road.
Well, what's so strange about that?
We reckon Eric Pollard's courting Mrs. Feldman, but they're not letting on.
We?
Carol and me.
I do not pay members of my staff to indulge in slanderous gossip or to pry into the lives of others.
That's a bit unfair, Mr. Turner.
Fair or not, if there is any more of this, you'll find yourselves both dismissed from my employ without notice. Is that clear?
He's bluffing.
We've done it now.
I tell you what, though, Seth, it goes to show what I thought all along. He's jealous.
So, if you entered the monthly forecast there, you get an overall cost for the year here. From that, you'll get an accurate sales forecast. Oh, hi, you Dad. Just in time.
It's Joe I've come to see. Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
Sorry?
I don't understand how one of my employees can take it upon himself to start a whole new business without even telling me.
I don't understand.
Apparently you told Kathy to clean out the old shed and turn it into a pony trekking centre.
I asked her to make a start. It'll take weeks to sort it out.
You may be the estate manager, but you do not make decisions about changing buildings without first telling me. Is that clear?
Dad. Frank, it was Kim's idea. She asked me to sort it out.
She asked you to look into it. Now, in my book, there's a big difference between looking into something and preparing to call the builders in.
Look, I must have got hold of the wrong end of the stick then, because when Kim talked to me about it, I assumed you knew. I thought you worked together.
As for now, all work on the pony trekking centre will cease until I've had time to consider it. Is that clear?
Yes, Frank.
Good. And in future, you'll do well to remember, it's me who gives you your instructions.
Don't worry about it. Now he's blown off steam, he'll forget all about it.
He may do, but I certainly won't. If he thinks he can trick me like a naughty school kid, he's got another thing coming.
Oh, he always sounds like he's going to write you out of his will. But the next time you see him, he's all sweetness and light again. Come on, I'll buy you a pint. Dad's rages always seem better after a drink.
So you could make a phone call. You're speaking to there. Can you do that? Yes, of course you can. Oh, Mr. Turner.
Oh, you looking after Alice this afternoon?
Yes, well, it helps Nick out, and she's no trouble.
Well, perhaps I ought to pay her as an office junior, eh?
I'm sure Nick wouldn't mind. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Turner?
Well, nothing really. No, I just popped over to make sure everything was running smoothly.
It is.
Oh, good. I do like to know my employees are happy in their work.
Well, I've no complaints, thank you.
Good. Well, how's everything else?
Sorry?
Well, you know, life. Are you happy?
I think so, yes.
Well, I do worry about you, Elizabeth. You see, I mean, you're so like me. You work too hard, and that's not healthy.
Well, I managed to get out and about.
Oh, but with friends. That's most important, with friends.
This concern wouldn't have anything to do with Eric Pollard, would it?
Eric?
Well, I know there's been speculation about Eric and me.
Ah, yes, but I'm...
And it's true enough. We have been out together a few times. We enjoy each other's company.
Ah, yes. But, I mean, that's none of my business. As I'm sure you know, my concern was just for you as a friend. I do hope you know that.
Yes, I do. And I appreciate it, Alan.
Good. Yes, well, good. Well, I'll leave you to it, then.
Well.
Ah, there you are. Don't you have any work to do?
I thought I'd wait till you got back.
Well, I spoke to Joe, cleared up a few things. He'll think twice about making decisions without consult. Do you know he had the nerve to blame you?
Frank.
Kathy gave me this.
So they have put it up for sale.
I was wondering where you'd got to. Anything I can do?
No, I finished in here.
I heard a bit of interesting news in the village. Or at least I was told some interesting news.
Oh, yeah.
Lynn Whiteley's taken her house off the market. She told me she wants to stay in Beckendale.
Has she?
Well, you don't sound surprised. She's been trying to sell that house for ages.
No, well, she seemed quite content last night in the pub when I spoke to her.
Had a long chat, did you?
No, not really.
Anyone else there?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. You told me the other day you thought she fancied you.
I know, but I wasn't serious.
No? Even when she keeps popping up whenever you might be around? Here, the pub last night?
Sarah, listen.
Oh, not that I blame her. I mean, you are fairly handsome. And a landowner. Any woman in her right mind would look twice.
Sarah, listen. I was joking, that's all. Anyway, I don't fancy her.
Not even a little bit.
Not at all.
Good. Because she can't have you. You're all mine.
I know they said they were going to sell the mill, but I'd hope they'd change their minds.
Perhaps they want somewhere different with all the problems they've had there.
I'm not sure that's the real reason.
Well, what other reason could there be?
Because I gave it to them. You know what Christopher's like. I try to help the lad and he just throws it straight back in my face.
I don't think that's very fair. I know they wouldn't move just to spite you. Listen, maybe if you talk to him, you could persuade them not to sell.
Look, I don't care what they do with the mill. It's theirs. I just wanted them to have some of the advantages that I never had. Father ought to be able to help his son, surely.
Hi, Joe.
Hey. What are you doing here?
I told Michael to come and see you about the job.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've given it some hard thought, and I think you're right about experience I get working here.
He's ambitious, Joe. I'll have to watch out for your job soon.
Look, you haven't been spreading the idea around, have you? About the job, I mean.
No, I've just told Rachel why.
Well, just that nothing is signed and sealed as yet.
Yeah, I know, but you said it soon would be.
Yeah, I know what I said, but I didn't promise anything. You see, I haven't put it to Frank in detail.
So what you mean is you're not certain there'll be a job? Oh, that's typical, that is. I should have known better, shouldn't I?
How do you mean?
What I mean is you can't trust a subbed as an inch. One minute you've got a job, and the next minute you're out on your ear. First Emmerdale, and then this.
Now look, Mike.
No, you look, Joe. That is it as far as I'm concerned. I don't want anything more to do with this holiday camp, or you.
Rachel, have a word with him. There will be a job. It'll just take a bit of time, that's all.
No, Joe. I think he's right. This is the second time that you've messed him around. You don't deserve to have him working for you.
That'll work on the old shed. I've had a word with Joe. We're going to put a hold on it for the time being. All right?
Yeah, it's fine with me. I've got plenty of things to be getting on with. But the pony trekking centre will go ahead.
Yes, I think so. Though probably not here.
No, I'm glad. I think it's a really good idea. I could earn a fair bit of money.
Listen, Kathy, I've seen the estate agent's details for the mill. Are you both sure you're doing the right thing?
We're sure, Frank.
I see. Can I ask you why you want to sell up?
Well, we'd really decided we wanted to move a couple of weeks ago. After having to have so much work done, I suppose it took the shine off it a bit.
Just because of the work?
Oh, it's not because you bought it, Frank. Honestly, we just want somewhere different, that's all.
I see. Well, of course, the house is yours to sell or live in. I just want you to do what's best for you and Chris.
No. No.
Do you think this will be ready by the time we finish milking? I'm still not sure the time thing's taking that oven.
You'll get used to it eventually.
Oh, right, be with you in a minute.
No rush. I was just looking at the barn roof. I think it's good for another couple of years yet, at least.
Oh, that's a pity.
A pity, why?
Well, if we had needed a new barn roof, Jack would have known what to spend Henry's money on and he'd have stopped worrying about it.
I can't help worrying. It's a big responsibility.
Oh, there's no point in spending it for the sake of spending it. Better to earn interest in the bank.
But sitting in the bank's not helping the farm, is it? Not the way Henry would have wanted.
All right, then. Do you want to hear my idea for spending Henry's money? I think it's the answer to everything.
Go on, then.
No, it's simple. You use the money to buy out Marion's partnership in the farm. That way the money is being invested back in the farm and you won't have to worry about outside interference.
It's brilliant. I think that's a brilliant idea. Well, I should have thought of that to start with.
Well, I always did leave you behind in the brain stakes. Come on, I thought there were cows to be milked.
Mark, what are you doing?
I'm trying out paint. What does it look like?
I don't believe it.
What's the matter? We said the yellow had to go, so I'm trying out some new colours.
Well, there's certainly some colours in there I haven't seen before.
Yeah. Well, that was a bit of an accident.
An accident? He's awful. Why couldn't you just try one colour at a time, Mark?
Because this is the way you're supposed to do it, so you can see which colour you like best.
I don't like any of them.
No, neither do I, actually.
So what are you going to do now, then?
Make a start on this lot. Over there.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, you look as if you needed that.
Certainly did.
Bad day.
You could say that. Take keeping you busy, Joe. Can't be easy working for a bloke like that. I should know I've worked for Turner long enough.
Not tonight, sir. Alan. Chap. Let me buy a drink.
Thank you.
Come on, just a little drink. You know, there's medical evidence to support the idea that having a drink is positively good for you. Reduces the levels of stress and tension.
I'm not stressed, and neither am I tense. I'm just particular about who I accept drinks from.
What's wrong with you?
There's nothing the matter with me.
I didn't come in here to be sniped at.
Well, as the old saying goes, may I suggest you go somewhere else and let them do it?
Right. I'll be only too happy to take my custom elsewhere. If that's your attitude.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Lynn. You all right?
Not so bad. In fact, pretty good, really.
Oh, well enough.
Thanks. Let me buy you a drink.
So, of course, I walked out. The man was downright rude, Elizabeth. I don't mind telling you. Don't know what got into him.
Ah, well, I might know something about that. You see, he came round here this afternoon on a very flimsy pretext.
What sort of pretext?
Oh, well, that's not important, but I'm afraid in the end I did tell him that we'd been, well, seeing each other.
Oh, I see. Do you think that was wise?
Well, perhaps not if he's decided to react like that. You must admit, though, there is a funny side to it. I mean, I can just imagine him being all self-righteous. I'm very particular who I drink with, Eric.
Hey, but the best part was that I left without paying for my drink. So, in a roundabout sort of way, he bought me one.
Are you sure you don't want them?
It's only odds and ends. What do they want it for?
His teacher said it was to make pom-poms.
Oh, it'll do fine for that.
If you fancy nipping out for a quick pint, I don't mind. I'm sure you'll find someone to talk to. Lynn Whiteley, perhaps.
You. Emmerdale Farm. Marion. Hello.
The job offer from Frank Tate seemed the right opportunity. It's early days, mind you, but I don't regret my decision.
I hated this place when I first came back. Too many painful memories. But now I remember some of the good times as well. It's not so bad here after all.
I think I realised that a long while ago. Mind you, I think you're brave in staying.
It's got nothing to do with being brave. I'm just enjoying myself here.
Well, are you looking for someone?
No. I was hoping Jack or Sarah might come in, though.
You see much of them, do you?
No. I pop in on the odd occasion, and I had a good chat with Jack last night. Thought it might be nice to celebrate my decision to stay in Beckendale with them.
Well, I think they fancied a quiet night in tonight.
Not to worry. I'll catch them later.
So will I do to celebrate your decision?
Of course.
Right. Here's to you in Beckendale.
Well, I'm stupefied. I can't deny it. But thanks again. Yeah. Listen, I'd better go. Yeah. You too. Bye. That was Marion.
I gathered that.
Had a bright sunny day all day there. We're stuck with ground frost.
Jack, she can't have rung to tell you about the weather.
No.
What did she want anyway?
She said she'd had the letter from Henry's solicitors.
So how does she feel about being a partner in Emmerdale Farm Limited?
Surprised.
You didn't ask her if she wanted to sell her shares.
No, Mum. She doesn't want to be bought out.
Oh, well, I suppose we'll have to get used to yet another absentee shareholder.
No, we won't.
You mean she's coming back?
No, Ma, that's why she rang. She said when she saw the letters, she knew what Henry would have wanted. She's giving me her share in Emmerdale.